Picture this. You're out with some friends, you're having a blast, and you grab a $50 dinner. You swipe your card, don't even think twice about it, and head home. But what if I told you that by the time you actually finish paying off that meal, it didn't cost you $50. It actually cost you over $120. I know, it sounds totally unbelievable, right? It honestly just sounds like a math error. But here is the terrifying truth. For millions of Americans, this sneaky hidden cost happens every single day. It's a daily reality that just quietly destroys wealth. Look, credit cards are everywhere. They promise us absolute convenience, fantastic rewards, irresistible cashback, and these travel points that make us feel like VIPs. But behind all those glossy, highly attractive offers lies one of the most profitable, wealth-draining businesses in the entire world. Every single year, Americans are paying out tens of billions of dollars just in credit card interest alone. So while everyday consumers are struggling just to get ahead, the banks just keep getting richer. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're uncovering the harsh reality of this system in an explainer we're calling the silent trap, how credit card debt destroys wealth. We're going to look at exactly how this financial trap works, why it is so incredibly easy to fall into, and most importantly, how you can avoid it or escape it. Here is our roadmap for today. First up, the credit card illusion. Second, the interest trap. Third, why banks love debt. Fourth, wealthy credit card habits. And finally, 5 steps to freedom. All right, let's jump into section 1, the credit card illusion and the pain of paying. Psychologists actually have a concept for this, and it's called the pain of paying. Think about walking into a store. If you pay with cash, you literally have to count out the physical bills, hand them over, and watch your wallet get thinner. You feel that loss immediately. It's a genuine psychological discomfort. But when you swipe a card, it feels completely painless. Literally, zero physical money leaves your wallet. Your brain basically doesn't even register that a purchase just happened. Paying with cash creates immediate pain, while paying with credit delays that pain entirely. And while human nature dictates that delayed pain almost always leads to significantly more spending, studies have repeatedly shown that when we use credit cards instead of cash, our spending just naturally goes up. And you better believe banks understand this human psychology way better than most people realize. Their goal is to remove every single piece of friction between you and a purchase. Which brings us to section 2, the interest trap and the cost of minimums. Let's look at a number you probably see a lot, 24%. Let's say you owe $5,000 on a credit card, which, by the way, is incredibly common, and your annual interest rate is 24%. If you only make the minimum payment each month, which is exactly what the credit card companies are praying you do, most of your payment is going straight toward interest. It's not even touching the original debt. You could spend years just paying off that $5,000 balance, and by the time you're finally done, you've easily paid thousands of dollars in interest alone. But the absolute crucial point here is opportunity cost. Every single dollar you spend on interest is a dollar that cannot build your own wealth. Imagine just for a second if you invested $500 every month for 30 years. With consistent long-term growth, that money could snowball into hundreds of thousands of dollars for your retirement or maybe a house. Now imagine using that exact same $500 just to pay off credit card interest. That amazing future opportunity, it completely disappears. Credit card debt doesn't just cost you money today, it literally steals your tomorrow. Let's move on to section 3, why banks love debt and the real profit. Have you ever wondered why credit card companies are just constantly bombarding your mailbox? They're always offering you pre-approved cards, higher credit limits, massive reward points, travel miles. Why are they doing that? Because their real profit does not come from people who pay their balances in full every month. No way. Their revenue relies on interest charges, late fees, penalty fees, and annual fees. These things create billions of dollars in revenue every single year. The hard truth here is, the longer someone stays in debt, the more profitable they become to the bank. The entire business model fundamentally depends on consumers carrying a balance. And the banks know exactly how people fall into this. We call it the lifestyle debt cycle. It very rarely starts with some massive, irresponsible purchase. It actually begins with small, seemingly harmless expenses. A coffee here, a little late-night online shopping there, weekend dinners, a few extra monthly subscriptions, maybe a vacation you didn't quite save up for. Individually, these things seem totally fine. But when they're charged to a card without a clear repayment plan, they accumulate so fast. Soon enough, people are using one credit card just to pay off another, or taking out personal loans just to cover the cards. Eventually, they get trapped in a cycle where their debt is literally growing faster than their income. So, how do we flip the script? Section 4.
wealthy credit card habits. It's a different game.
Here is a super surprising fact. Many wealthy people use credit cards constantly, but they play a completely different game. They absolutely do not use credit cards to buy things they can't afford. Instead, they use them strictly for the convenience, the travel benefits, the rewards, and the fraud protection. And most importantly, the big secret, they pay the full balance every single month. By doing this, they get to enjoy all the perks without paying a single dime in interest. As the saying goes, the credit card works for them. They don't work for the credit card company. That is a massive paradigm shift. All right, let's get you out of the trap. Section 5, 5 Steps to Freedom and How to Escape the Debt. If you're listening to this and feeling stuck in the cycle, these 5 steps are your ladder out. Step 1, stop creating new debt, literally right now. Avoid using your cards for any purchases you can't pay off immediately. Step 2, create a realistic budget. You have to know exactly where every single dollar is going. Step 3, pay more than the minimum payment. Even tiny extra payments chip away at that principal and significantly reduce your total interest. Step 4, focus on your high interest balances first. Knocking out that 24% card is going to save you the most money over time. And finally, step 5, build an emergency fund. Having actual cash savings is the only way to prevent relying on those credit cards when a sudden unexpected expense pops up. Financial freedom isn't magic, guys. It starts with these consistent, disciplined habits. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with the absolute biggest financial lesson you can take away today. Credit isn't income, and debt isn't wealth. Buying something today with tomorrow's money might feel incredibly rewarding in the moment, but it almost always comes at the cost of your future financial freedom. Wealth isn't created by spending more just to look rich. True wealth is created by keeping more of what you earn and allowing that money to grow for you. Every single dollar you save from paying unnecessary interest is another dollar working toward your future, instead of just padding a bank's profit margin. Which brings us to our final, ultimate question. Really think about this. Are you making your money work for you, or are you working for your credit card company? Remember, the goal isn't to impress people with what you can buy today. The real goal is to build a life where your money gives you choices, gives you freedom, and gives you total peace of mind. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep your money working for you, and we'll see you next time.